bombs around all the houses. And all the houses exploded. And the last scene of his life was women and children flying out, burning. This is in 1950. 35 years later. He was convinced that someone of that village had been following him for 35 years and wanted revenge and found the way to do it. For 35 years, they've been waiting just to find his daughter in the ship, and he was convinced of that. And in his obsessive guilt, racked with his emotions, he left everything. His wife, his kids. His kids actually ended up in jails because they had to steal for food. Left everything. He was obsessed at trying to figure out, how did this all happen? It must be me. I'm to blame. I'm at fault. I'm the reason this happened. Destroyed his life, destroyed his children's life, destroyed his wife's life. You have to remember one thing. When tragedy does happen, you cannot get obsessed about what did we do wrong. What are we doing that made this happen? We'll end up, Mr. Morales, racked with guilt, racked with obsessions, self-destructive. Can't move on. I remember he told me a story. He told me a story himself. When I asked him, so what do you want from me? I can't change your guilt. I can't change those feelings. It's unreasonable to believe that someone's been following you for 35 years. It's unreasonable. It's unreasonable for you to go out there and say, Sulcha, Sulcha, as if someone's still living there from that time 35 years ago to forgive you. Slicha, Slicha. You did it to me, I did it to you. We're at peace now. Doesn't help. I can't change it. You said, I don't want a yacht. I don't want anything. Just bring me back my daughter. That's all I want. Bring her back. That's not the way we understand. When we see Hashem's derech with us, when we see Hashem's way with us, when we see Rabbi Akiva losing 24,000 students, 24,000 students, the entire heritage of the Torah was gone. He had trained Rabbi Akiva, the greatest scholar of all time, and trained 24,000 students to carry on the Torah. Most of us would say, Rabbi Akiva should be reflecting and saying, what did I do wrong? What have I done wrong? You should go ahead now and, like Mr. Morales, just leave everything. Let go of all the relationships that he had. Leave his wife. Sit in some black hole. Get down. But instead, he rebuilt. He rebuilt. He rebuilt. Shimon Bar Yochai, his greatest student. His yahrzeit is today. Why do we celebrate? Because he was such a great light that gave us the Zohar the day that he died. He gave us the secrets to the world. He rebuilt Rabbi Akiva. You say, yes, it's very sad I lost 24,000 students. Yes, it's very hard. But Olam Chesed Yibaneh. I've got to do something. I've got to build. Every one of us has to make a commitment after today, I believe. Right? Not to look back and say, what did we do wrong? That a part of us died today. A part of us is God. Mr. Morale. But he was wrong. He was really wrong. He should have done something for the living. He should have built a new life. We have to do something. If we go home and we have more respect for our parents, we do something more commitment for life. You know, the Klausenberger Rebbe, the great Klausenberger Rebbe, lost a wife and 11 kids in the Holocaust. Can you imagine that? Wife and 11 kids. He once told a friend of mine, a jewelry person, that he could feel when he lost the 11th kid. He actually woke up with some anxiety. He was a very positive person. When he was in Auschwitz, he made a neder. If I get out, when I get out, I will do something for the living. I'm going to bring life. I saw so much death. I'm going to bring life. And he opened up the Lani Other Hospital, one of the best hospitals in Israel today. A man in his 70s started to fundraise for a hospital. Yes. Man who lost a wife and 11 kids could have sat around and said, "Oi, what did I do wrong?" Could have been obsessed and racked with pain of all the things that he may have done. And when he was asked, Klausenberger Rebbe, do you have any questions to God? Do you have any questions to God? He said, "Oh, do I have questions? I have some very deep questions to God. Extraordinary questions. I know only one thing. The answers are in the Shemayim. I got a lot of work to do here right now. I'm not ready to go up there." That's his answer. And that's my answer to you. We can't go around feeling racked with pain, with guilt, with hurt. It is painful. We have to turn around and say, how do we rebuild what we lost today? What could we do to make life better? That's what Rabbi Kiva did on Lag BaOmer. He created the biggest Talmud of the entire period of Tanaim. Shulamit. We shall all be protected, B'ezrat Hashem, the great light of Tzaddikim, and B'ezrat Hashem shall all have a good Shabbos. Thank you.